was. I just watched episode 1 of The Ultimate Fighter 31 McGregor versus Chandler, and that was terrible as an opening episode.
I'm gonna do the whole thing again. And first of all, I don't really think was a bad show.
Absolutely boring. Nothing interesting happened whatsoever until the fight at the end. Spoiler alert, Roosevelt Roberts.
That's not true either. Because like I was saying before, the line, just to have McGregor on the show, is something that people want to watch, because he, unlike the other fighters, he's interesting. He talks shit and all that stuff. And the line when he say to Chandler, "You're gonna do whatever the fuck I tell you." That was a good line.
Roberts wins by first round KO, and I said it would happen watching it live because if you saw the prospect from America, whatever his name was, Brenneman or something like that, if you saw him on the pads in that very episode,
I don't even remember him on the pads.
Terrible on the feet. Had no idea what he was doing in the striking, so the prospect was terrible. I saw the KO coming a mile away, but the show itself was an absolute waste of time. You want to know why? ESPN MMA on Instagram posted the full KO from Roosevelt Roberts as soon as it happened. Minutes after it happened live, ESPN MMA posted that moment and posted the fight itself. So there's no point in watching Tough because all you're watching for is fighters crying about their fucking families non-stop. And maybe it's just a regular thing that everyone does on these types of shows, but for some reason, these absolute NPCs, the second they get in front of a camera, instead of saying anything interesting or having any personality whatsoever, they just cry about their family and talk about all the trauma they've been through. It's so predictable and boring. And the worst part about it was there were more adverts than there was content. There was a moment, I'm not even exaggerating this. There was a moment, I believe during like the third or second ad break. I can't quite remember which one it was. There might have been 8 ad breaks as far as I remember. It was crazy.
Yeah. One thing that I didn't like about the show was the ads all the time, like TV commercials all the time. Man, I cannot get this anymore. Now you get used to the internet and to the stuff, right? YouTube, no, it's too much. That's too much. That's fucking too much.
Literally a moment where we had an ad break. We came back to learn about Roosevelt Roberts' backstory, and we had another ad break immediately afterwards. It literally went.
Need the UFC ad blocker. No, brother, but it's not like ads. It's like commercial. You are watching ESPN, so it's like TV broadcast. So all the time, commercial. Yeah, too many ads, bro. Are you kidding me? Dana is calling right now. Tell you what you talking about, motherfucker.
Break, boring backstory. Someone crying about their family.
That's another problem. Boring backstories. I think my backstory is very boring, brother. Whooper, Junior Whooper. Yeah. My backstory is fucking boring, brother. So that's why I don't get like crying about my fucking backstory. Oh, I always want to be this. Fuck that. I want money, motherfuckers. This guy's right. Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you hate him. Maybe you say he's fat. Maybe you talk shit to this fucking guy because he never fought. But guess what? He's fucking right, brother. He's fucking right. You don't want to watch a guy that nobody gives a shit. Let's be honest. Nobody gives a fucking shit if you have a family, if you like your family, if you are a good person. Fuck you. It's just how the world works, my brother. Let me tell you something. If you think the world is a place full of good people and everybody is kind and everybody likes you, you're in the fucking wrong place, my friend. This is a very bad world, especially in MMA community, brother. Yeah, that's why I was eating steaks in Brazil, drinking beers. You know why? Because fuck everybody. You cannot fucking like be complaining about stuff, brother. They just is saying, if you went from favela streets or the mountains of Russia, your backstory is boring. But guess what? Backstories from favela and from mountains, they are boring too, brother. Nobody gives a shit about if you came from a favela or a fucking mountain. You know why they give a shit about backstories of Oliveira and Khabib? Because they were good. they are good, you know, because to be honest with you, they don't have the best personality, brother. They don't have the best personality. And that's why UFC keeps pushing Conor McGregor. Why? Fuck his story. Nobody gives a shit about backstories. People give a shit about his personality, brother. The way he talks to people, the way fans like him. And you know why? Because he's funny. Because, you know what I mean? So if you're not funny, try to be like Kobe. If you don't want to be like Kobe, try to be like I don't know, Sean Strickland. If you are not a fucking racist, try to be like Moicano. Talk about money. You know what I mean? If you are racist, maybe Sean Strickland. If you are, you have to find something, and not only find. Actually, you have to try to be yourself. That's what I think, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I get what this guy is saying. I get what this guy is saying. You know. And but that's it. So people don't give a shit about backstory about Khabib and Charles. The thing is, they are so good that UFC has to promote them, and they have a good backstory, especially Charles. Right? I like Charles' history. But guess what? If he was bad, nobody gives a shit. I know a lot of brother. I know some guys in UFC that were in UFC. They cannot even read. They cannot even read, brother. And nobody knows that shit because nobody gives a shit. But if they become champions, people would say, he's a hero. He's the best ever. He's this and he's that. You know what I mean? Buakaw say, I'm Russian, but I know like Khabib was born as motherfucker before he was popular. Yeah. He became popular because he's so good that people like UFC had to push him. Does one talks a lot about Mikio back history? Yes, he has a good history, but not a lot. It's a brutal industry. Yeah, of course it is. And guess what? If you like it, if you are fan, you know the best way to help fighters, support them. You know, comment the stuff, be in their lives, doing what you guys doing here because that's why I like fans. If you are here, you are helping me.
Not being there with them, and they're so far away. I have kids, you know. And they're all crying about that, and an ad break again afterwards. There was nothing interesting about
that's true. Crying.
It was literally just like, oh god,
and
more of this, more of
and commercial.
Fight. 10 seconds long, because Jenneman, can't even strike.
Salve next, Salim.
Outdated format, and I've just realized it now. Now, episode 2 seems quite interesting. There might be a moment where Islam Makhachev shows up, and that was something that they showed in the teasers.
Islam's boring. I'm sorry.
What they also showed,
it's fucking boring, bro.
Was Roosevelt Roberts going after someone who had won in the cage and offering to fight.
Guess what? Volkanovski is boring, but the guy's fucking amazing fighter. I like some of the backstories because some fights are relatable. In a sense, I know they don't matter at all, but stories like Tamba fighting with $7 in the bank make you like him a lot more. Yes. No, you're right, Liver. You're right. But look, imagine if Tamba was talking about his family and he has a son, he loves his family. No, he show up something different. He talk about, man, I don't have money, I'm broke. And that's not easy, you know? So that's a way to connect to the fighters. It just annoy me when fat fuck that never fight disrespect to fighters too much. Like insulting family and religion. Yeah, that's not good either. But guess what? Good morning, Doge. Let me tell you something, my brother. Can I tell you something? I don't give a shit. You can talk about me, you can talk about my family. Doesn't fucking matter, bro. Nobody, you cannot let people get inside your head like that. I'm telling you from the bottom of your heart, you cannot care about people's opinion, you know? You have to, because you don't know this guy, he can talk about fighters, but fuck that, brother. You know, the only opinions, and now it's a very bad. Everything that I was saying, now I'm gonna contradict myself because the only opinion that matters for you is your family, and that's true. So why care about this, you know? But at the same time, it's like I say, don't talk about only family, bro. Talk about all this stuff. Keep your personal life for yourself. McGregor on the hand. Listen. I separate McGregor fighter, McGregor individual. You know what I mean? I don't like McGregor personally. And I don't like him as a fighter, too. I don't think he's very complete. Let's be honest, brother. I don't think he's very complete. He's a good striker. Southpaw, power in his hands, but he's not a wrestler. He's not a jiu-jitsu guy. He doesn't have good kicks. Doesn't have good kicks at all, even though he knocks Theron. But listen, his persona, numbers matter, bro. Okay? Leo Mohammed, how are you, Moicano? Happy to see you streaming. You speak English? No. Mohammed, guess what? I don't speak English. I speak very fucking broken English, but guess what? I don't give a shit, bro. So you're welcome. If you like bad stuff, bad gameplay, talking trash about fighters, nothing, bro. Just he say stuff without thinking a lot. Yeah. Look his face, bro. Do you think these guys think a lot?
Very legal link instead.
Street English.
Trust me, it was so legal, guys. I promise. It was so legal, it was like 2 minutes behind everyone. For some reason, I get it. They can't show it at the same time as ESPN. ESPN needs some type of bonus for being signed with the UFC, so their bonus is that they get... What a boring episode that was. I'm almost considering not watching the other episodes. I probably will because it looks like it could get a little bit more interesting. But Mcgregor was barely in it. He was showing some guy how to strike at one point, looking absolutely sniffed out of his...
Man, that's true. The McGregor was showing the guy the striking. Showing the guy the striking, but was very bad, bro.
Brain, I'll be honest with you, at one point. Yeah, do that. Yeah, don't throw him like that, yeah. He was just so edgy and twitchy, and his face was sweating badly. He looked in good shape. He has a lot of weight in his face. Because in his shirt, and when he's clothed, and you can see his face, you're like, this guy's carrying extra body weight. But he's still a pretty shredded guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's not got excess belly fat or anything like that. He looked in good shape. He didn't even show up for the weigh-ins. It's just a lot of dead TV time and an excuse to put adverts in there. Maybe I'm just never going to be a fan of it. Maybe there were some older fans of MMA that really enjoyed this. But I said this when I was watching it live. Do you guys remember when Tough used to be? They come in the first episode and everyone fights everyone straight away.
Yeah, McGregor is so hyperactive.
Episode 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, qualifying stages of The Ultimate Fighter. They come in, the two coaches, they watch it with Dana White, and all of the qualifying fights happen in episode 1. Back to back to back to back. Fight.
Conor is a fucking drug addict, man. Only smoke weed and have sex on boats. Oh my God, that's fucking true.
Every single moment of episode 1 before used to be amazing. This was no joke. McGregor and Chandler coming in and having that moment that we've all seen go viral before.
Yeah.
And they posted before as a teaser for the episode. Little did we know that was going to be the only interesting moment. Where McGregor said, "You'll deal with your told, yeah," and all that type of stuff.
You get it told. Was it good?
Of gentlemen. Oh, I've got a family and kids. Why are you crying about that? A lot of people have family and kids. What are you crying about right now? You've been gone a day. Stop crying. For the love of God.
That's true, my brother. That's unfortunate. That's true.
My dog's got 3 legs.
Man, that's the problem. Maybe it's me, brother, but I say the same thing. My fucking dog has 3 legs.
You don't need to know. I don't care if a fighter's dog has 3 legs. I don't care if they have a family or not. I really don't. I can guess. This guy might have a family.
My dog has 3 legs. Man, that you go to my Instagram, and watch the video. And I'm watching and laughing about myself. I am talking about this man. This guy is crying already. What the fuck? And out of the blue, they show a dog with 3 legs, bro. What the fuck is going on? Maybe UFC took the footage for another day, or it was the first day. No, was not in the first day. Was in the first week, But the first day of the show, the first day they show the guy crying. They showed the guy crying.
Maybe he mentions it in a passing moment, and then we get Roosevelt Roberts' backstory, which is kind of cool because we know him. He's been in the UFC, got wheel kicked by Ignacio Bahamondes. But I don't need to see his whole backstory right now. You could do that, no joke. You could really accurately tell the interesting parts of the backstory of Roosevelt Roberts and Brenneman, what was his name? Jenneman, in about a minute of airtime on each episode.
I agree.
Airtime, show them a couple sparring moments, and then just cut away from that for about a minute.
I agree.
Tell a little bit of their backstory, what they're fighting for, who they're fighting for, why they started fighting, what gym they train at, what their dreams are. Boom. We're back on the episode for some more interesting moments, I hope. But no, we literally got, if that was a 45-minute episode or a 40-minute episode, we literally got, I'm not joking here, 7 minutes of McGregor, 4 minutes of McGregor content. He no-showed at the weigh-ins. The weight.
You would cry too if your dog only have 3 legs.
Little bit of Roosevelt Robert training footage. 25 minutes of backstory on the two of them that no one cares about. I definitely don't care about it. The weigh-ins, again, where nothing happened. I don't need to see the weigh-ins. I said this live as well when I was reacting to it live on my member stream. By the way, if you want to be a member, we're going to be reacting.
And brother, like I say, it's not like that I don't know what the guy's saying. You know, everybody has dogs, everybody has family, everybody feels the same, man. I understand.
It's live every Tuesday, but I don't even know if I should say that because I might not be, because it was boring. But we're probably going to be doing a Tough Tuesdays on the member stream, so sign up to be a part of that. I'm watching it live. I don't need to see the weigh-ins. There is so much of that episode that they could cut out. All it was adverts backstory.
Adverse backstory. That's
backstory.
true.
Oh, he's hitting pads. Oh, he's terrible. Oh, he's so bad at hitting pads. He's going to get knocked out by Roosevelt in round 1. Oh, Roosevelt KO'd him in round 1. What do you know? Didn't see that one coming. Just so silly. So absolutely silly. I don't.
No, you know why Conor McGregor don't show up to the weightings? Because he's a piece of shit, bro. He doesn't care about the fight. That's the truth. Let's be honest. Do you think he cares about the fighters on the Ultimate Fighter? Do you think they cares about the man? He just want the cameras, bro. He's a fucking billionaire. He doesn't care.
I don't get it. And McGregor didn't even show up to the weigh-in, and that was like 5 minutes of airtime. Them doing the weigh-ins. We know how weigh-ins. It's just wasted time. I don't need to see the weigh-ins. If nothing bad happens and nothing crazy happens, I know what they're gonna do.
Man, look at that. Look what he's saying. That's true. I don't need to see the weightings if nothing's bad happened. So maybe Moicano is gonna do bad stuff on the weightings, so people want to watch, right? Taking advices. Conor doesn't even look like he cares about his own fight. Yeah, brother. Why he would show up and be, because you saw like Chandler on the opposite. He was doing a good job in coach. You know, he was like trying to teach the fighters and stuff.
Walk in, jump on the scale, get weighed in, and if they made it, everything's going to be fine. We don't need to see 5 minutes of airtime on the weigh-ins, sandwiched between 2 3-minute segments of adverts, either side of it, if they're just going to make way. And if you are going to post the finishes every single time they happen,
he's like you. He just want money. No, he's not like me, brother. I want money. He has the money.
They can do a little fighter game show on every episode where they do something physical that's a challenge.
Fuck this guy, bro. That's it. Fuck this guy. And I'm gonna tell you something, my bro. This was the Manny Moicano show on YouTube. Os. Do you guys like that? I'm gonna use that shit, bro.